Hello, Libra Sun, Taurus Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. But we're going to start off with a little bit of astrology first. Now, with that Taurus Rising, Taurus is ruled by Venus, Libra is ruled by Venus, so your chart ruler is Venus, which is all about, it could be about finances, it can be about the appreciation of beauty in all of its forms. And with that Taurus as your first house or as your rising sign, you may be seen as a person who is really values their home, really likes the luxuries, like certain maybe unique treats or comfort foods that are maybe a little bit different from the norm, or you're very particular about them. You're also somebody who's very warm and inviting. So you have that kind of personality. People may be drawn to you for that. You're welcoming to all in a way. Now with that Taurus rising, that means your sun is most likely in the 6th house, which is the house of wellness and routines. And with your Libra sun there, it is very important to you that you have balance in these areas. And you may dedicate time to particular things. I don't see you as somebody necessarily, it does not mean you're not, it could depend on where your Mars is, very into active, heavy athletics or muscle building necessarily, but you like to have a balance. So you may be doing both or multiple of those things to help keep your body conditioned and in a very well-balanced state. This may also mean that you need to pay particular attention to your diet and the things that you are consuming. And again, balance is going to be important to you in those areas. Okay, let's get into your cards. Now, your starting month is going to be October 2024 for this reading. And then it's just 12 months from there. I will be labeling the cards or calling the cards out as months 1 through 12. Just know that your first card is October of 2024. And I have my deck upside down. Reverse. Uno reverso. Okay, so card 1, month 1, let me get that out of the way, is October 24 again. And then we have month 2, so 1 and 2, 3, month 4, month 5, and month 6. And down here we have month 7, month 8, and month 9, and then month 10, 11, and 12. So I'll go over the months once. So we have October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. And then on the back of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. So as I'm looking at your full spread here, I'm doing things like looking for major arcana cards, and you have 1, which is the Justice card. So that's where you're starting the year off. And then you have almost all lower court, not lower court, but numerical cards. And this one is Cups. First time this 9 of Cups has come up. So what I'm getting for you is your year here is going to be more focused on expansion in these areas, the day-to-day stuff, little changes that are going to add up to something bigger for you overall as the year progresses. There's also, if we're looking at the Knight of Swords now, the card on the back of the deck, there is something that you really want to learn, you want to get more in depth into. You want to gain experience in this area. So there may be something you just learned, something you read, and now you want to learn more about it and you want to gain experience, you want to do. And this could be something that has to do with communication. Social media is in there too, it feels like. This could also be maybe going back to school or gaining more education in some area, but I feel like it's more practical experience in actually using these things is the primary goal as you're moving on throughout this year. It's like there's something that you want to bring in order to make your life a little more stable or a little more comfortable even. That might be what it is. All right, let's get into your individual months. So we're starting off here, month 1 with the Justice card. This is a card that can indicate karma. It can indicate retribution. For sure, it indicates closure. Whether that closure goes your way or not it feels like it's yet to be seen, even though, excuse me, it's coming up in just a few weeks here. So there is something you need to do or you should have been doing and maybe you have not. in order to have this turn out in your favor. So you still have time. So you need to get the paperwork together. You need to get the signatures. You need to get it, what is it called? Notarized, whatever it is you need to do. Get that done, because that's going to work. That's going to look favorably upon you to have everything ready to go. Because this feels like it could be a court date. It could be a legal matter. It could have to do with contracts. But there's something here. This is the month where that final decision is going to be made. Are you moving forward or not moving forward? Are we signing the contract or not signing the contract? Are you being approved or denied kind of feeling? There are certain things that you need to do or you needed to have done. You need to have done before this meeting or this decision day. So deadline's coming up. Get your stuff together and get it done. That is what's mostly coming through from that is there's something you need to do. And if you can get that done, if you can advocate for yourself in some way here, do it. And that will turn out in your favor. So month one, but even if it's not in your favor, it's going to be done and over with once this decision is reached. And you can't go back and undo it. What's done is done kind of feeling. So closure is happening. It's just that how much you have to compromise as part of that closure is going to be up to you and how much work you're willing to put into it. So keep that in mind. In month two, we have the Five of Swords. Now, fives in general can indicate challenges. It's a test to see if you're really ready to move beyond this phase or this struggle here. And because this has to do with swords, it's going to be something around communication or even information, perhaps misleading information, or the desire to be right at all costs, even if maybe you're not. It's kind of like cutting off your nose to spite your face kind of feel here. It's a hollow victory. There we go. So this could be an argument that you're having with somebody. Maybe it's been an ongoing thing. And if you insist on being right, if you insist on having the last word, you may lose something in that process as a part of that. You need to be open to the opinions of others. You need to let them speak and speak their voice and their truth. Even if you don't agree with it, you do not have to agree with it, but you should not be putting down their experience. So don't gaslight somebody else here. And maybe you feel like they've been gaslighting you, but if you can have an honest discussion, if you can be open to listening, you can at least understand where they're coming from, even if ultimately you don't agree. So keep your ears open and your heart open and listen to both sides or all sides of this argument or this situation. And then you could just agree to disagree on this, or maybe you end up coming to some sort of understanding. But don't just close off that communication because you want to insist that what you think is the only way or the right way. It all comes down to each person's experiences and the life that they're living. Okay, and then in month three, we have the Nine of Cups. Now, this is a month where you're feeling good. You're feeling good about yourself. You're nearing the end of a cycle, something to do with emotions or love. Definitely emotional growth. This is something that's saying, don't hide that. Don't hide your joy. Don't hide your pride in your accomplishments. It is okay to be happy and show it. You do not have to feel guilty for being happy, for enjoying your life, for taking pleasure and pride in the life that you built for yourself, in the relationships that you have, in the strength of your connections. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to embed yourself in those kind of feelings so that it draws more of that to you. Yeah. And then in month four, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, this is a card indicating possibly intellectual theft or somebody trying to take your idea and pitch it as their own. So what I'm getting here for you is you need to make sure that you are signing everything, Make sure that when things are turned in, your name is included, or if it gets out somehow that somebody else is taking credit for something, you need to make sure and get in right at the front where you're correcting that, or letting people know, no, this was a joint effort. These are the pieces that I contributed. These are the pieces that they contributed. So this could even this could have to do with a paper, something that you need to turn in that is a paper, like a group project. Make sure that everybody's contributions are noted, because it's not just a single person doing the work. Everybody should be contributing. And if this is a case where it is something like a group project, and you are the one who's actually doing all the work and backing it up and checking all the facts and doing all the citations, etc., etc., it could be that you just have to deal with that project like it as it is, so that because you're concerned, you take pride in your work, and the others apparently do not. But you want this to turn out well, so you could have this project turn out, but you're going to just know that the other people are going to get equal credit for your work. And then perhaps you need to ask to belong to a different group, a different cohort, somewhere else where you're not being the one drained. Or you need to acknowledge that your next one, you need to put somebody else in charge and resist the urge to take charge of it if it's not going well, which can be hard to do. But you may have to take the loss on this one, and not really a loss, but having to do all of the work, having to put all of your energy into it when it should be a group thing, can be a bitter pill to swallow. It can be very frustrating. It can be very aggravating. And there can be a desire to tell somebody that this is going on. You could talk to somebody that feels like maybe a manager or somebody like that. You could talk to them and maybe ask them how they would handle this for other ideas. Just let them know you're letting it slide this time, but this cannot continue, because you're not going to continue to give a much higher level of work when everybody else is putting in so little. You will lower down to their level because they are not rising to your level. And this may mean that maybe you move on to a different company or a different school, or again, a different team that has that higher drive and can meet you where you're at. Okay, that was kind of a longer one. In month 5, we have the 6 of Wands, though, which is a card of victory. You're coming out on top. You are the champion here. And other people are inspired by what you've done, by the work you've done, by you standing up for yourself in some way, by you taking that recognition back, or reclaiming your energy and making a change, requiring a change, forcing a change for the better for everybody. But this is something you're feeling passionate about, and it's probably related to this, because that is very frustrating and aggravating. Probably especially to your Libra Sun, who wants that balance, and that's an air element. So this is a month where you are getting recognition, you are getting the accolades for your work, for things that you did. Maybe for revealing this gap in workmanship on the team, or wherever it is, that whatever this is involving. But it comes out for the best. So don't minimize what you've done either. Don't shrink yourself down. Accept it. Be open to the praise. Be open to receiving the award, if you will, here in month 5. In month 6, we're jumping right into another little challenge, a little mini gotcha kind of moment with the 5 of coins. Coins are an earth element, so this could be, it's around practical matters for the most part. And the 5 of coins is a feeling of being excluded, shut out, without help or resources. So this is just a feeling, this is a belief that you have. Maybe this is something that has been even generational for you. This little block when it comes to success. You've reached this point, right? You're doing really well. But now there's a sense of discomfort with that, at least as part of who you are, and you need to push past that. So if you are struggling in somewhere area, if you are questioning what it is you want, if you are wanting to participate in a group, you have to take action here. You have to say, hey, I would like to be included in that. I would like to be a part of that. There is the possibility, there is the openness to receiving you, but you need to be the one that approaches them. Because you are looked up and admired, and maybe they're worried that you're going to look down on them in some way. But you need to be open. You need to take a fresh look at it, is what I'm getting here. Because you have isolated yourself in a way. No one has really isolated you. Maybe they had invited you out at some point in the past a couple times and you said no, perhaps because you were very involved in working on this project. But now your time is freed up and you have the time. So you might have to go up and say, hey, are you guys still meeting every Thursday for lunch? I would love to join you. I have the time now. But the key here is you have to take action to make the change, to be included. And don't make assumptions about why don't assume that they are purposely excluding you. They are not. This is something that's in your own head, and it is not it's just a habit from the past that you need to overcome. Okay. And then down here in month 7, we have the 4 of Swords. This is a card saying, okay, you've done a lot. You've been through a lot here. You've had a lot going on. Take a break. Give your brain a rest. Put your ideas on pause. Maybe don't sign any contracts this month. Lay off on the intellectual side of yourself a little bit this month, as much as you can, and indulge in fun and nonsensical things. Maybe literally taking naps and resting. Letting yourself recover and adapt to your new rhythm. Because it feels like there's a new rhythm that's coming out of all this. Maybe because you are now part of a new team, or maybe now you're leading a team. Don't overstimulate your mind, essentially. Don't get into any analysis paralysis. If you find yourself going down that road, take a break, go for a walk, do something else. Get your brain off of that. Answers will come up when you're not focused on the problem or on the question at hand. Okay, and then in month 8, we have the 3 of Wands. So this is where you're anticipating something. You're excited about it. You cannot wait. You've been working toward this, right? You had already put something out there or done something. You put in the order with Amazon, and now you're waiting for your packages to come in. But there is a sense of anticipation, of waiting, of looking out and seeing that it's coming. You can anticipate it. You know it's just there on the horizon, and your ship is coming in. So it's something that you want, something you have been waiting for. Maybe even something from back here somewhere. But this is the month of actualization, of realization of that. You get it into your hands. It arrives here in month 3. In month 4, we have the Ace of Swords. Now this month, you're full of new ideas, new ways of doing things, maybe planning for something around some of those. So you may have a few ideas. Maybe you're doing some brainstorming for part of a project, and you have some ideas of ways to do this or ways to approach it that are different than the norm, that are unique to you. And now you need to dig down deeper into those, and maybe you're figuring out how you can integrate that, how you can make that happen as part of this next project. So this month is all about that brainstorming and nurturing the new ideas, the fresh ones, and figuring out that integration piece. And then in month 10, we have the King of Cups. So this is somebody that you're going to be reaching out to. This is somebody who is in a position of authority. It is a leader. It is masculine energy, which to me means it's more projective or directive. And this is cups. So this is somebody who's very confident in how they feel about things. They're not afraid to express their emotions. They may be a leader in the community, not necessarily at work. But this is somebody you admire and somebody that you want to seek out for advice around something. Maybe there's a sticky relationship situation going on, and you want an objective opinion. Somebody maybe who can read the undercurrents and really understands or can help you understand what the emotional motivation here is. And maybe help you get in touch with what your own emotional motivations or blocks may be. And that's in month 10. Down here in month 11, we have the Queen of Wands. So another leadership card. This time it's a feminine energy, which is more receptive and nurturing. But they are still a leader and authority figure. The Queen of Wands is like the biggest cheerleader you can have. They are bold. They are not afraid to speak their mind. They're not afraid to go after what they want. They are passionate about life. This feels like this could be a friend of yours, somebody who is there to encourage you to keep going, somebody who is there to help push you past your doubts. This is somebody you can bounce crazy ideas off of, and they'll entertain them or help you, question back and forth. They love bold ideas, bold action. And maybe there's a change you're thinking about making here, and you want their advice. What do they think about this for you? They will tell you. They're not afraid to express that opinion. You need to be ready to hear it. But they will deliver it, but it comes from a place of love too. Because there's still that nurturing aspect to her, to the Queen. Yeah, I just feel that there's a back and forth going on here with this person. Because you're thinking of making a major change in your life and you want and value their opinion. And they will tell you flat, you'll get the honest truth from them and you value that highly. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. And then in month 12, we have the Four of Coins. And this to me feels like, based on the advice that you've gotten here, you are considering a change. And as a result of that, you're kind of withholding things now. So maybe now you are saving up your money. You're not going out as much. You're conserving your energy in anticipation of needing it in the next month or two for something that you have going on here. There's also a sense of protection in this. It's like, I want to have this as my, I need to have this cushion for when I make this change, because it is a bold change for you. And I want to make sure I'm ready to set myself up for success as we move forward here. That's what I'm feeling from this card for you. So there's this, but at the end of the year, there's still this sense of anticipation or getting ready, becoming prepared for what's ahead at the end of the year. Okay, that is what I have for you, Libra Sun, Taurus Rising, for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this video with others. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.